How often do you think people lie when meeting for the first time? I've assembled a group of 6 college students.
My name is Noah Bobby.
It's Mariah Gunderson.
Nate Kreckler.
Katie Taylor.
Ryan Malley.
Haley Larson.
Each player has come prepared with 2 truths and 1 lie to see how easily people can lie on the first time meeting. The game is played in 3 rounds, where each round is dedicated to a prompt. Players then try to decipher each other's true stories from the lies. If a player tells a true story and the majority of the group believes them, the speaker is awarded 3 points. If the majority doesn't believe them, they get 0 points. If a player lies and the majority of the group believes them, they are awarded 5 points. But if the majority doesn't believe them, they lose 3 points. Welcome to 2 truths and 1 lie. What is a white lie you told as a child, and why did you tell it?
So when I was a kid, like 8 years old, right? I was at my friend's house, and he had it was Christmas time, so he had like presents under the tree and stuff like that. And like one of the presents was wrapped like an action figure, like because you can tell it's got like a plastic, like a cardboard thing, and then like the plastic's here, and it was like wrapped. And so I was like, oh word, I want that. So what I did is I took that, and then like as we were hanging out later that night, like in his basement playing video games, I was like, hey bro, by the way, I got you something, you know? And then like I was like, here. Merry Christmas, you know? And then so he opened it, and I was like, oh, word, thanks, man, I appreciate it. And then afterwards he got in trouble because I lied. I was, like, a very devious little kid. I mean, like, I broke my brother's DS on purpose, and he was older than me, and then, like, played the innocent card. You know, I got away with a lot of stuff because I was able to just, think, like, by thinking ahead.
Wait, I low-key got a little bit lost halfway through that.
That's like not a white lie. That's like a whole lie.
Dude, that's like...
That's a whole lie.
Yeah, that is.
What was the action figure?
Dude, it was a Sonic action figure, and I was so happy.
Why?
Because I could play with that afterwards.
That's
'Cause it was his gift.
Why don't you just wait till like after Christmas?
Because I'm a little bitch, alright? That's what I do, alright? I lie. I'm devious.
Damn.
Real.
It's not really
So
much
don't
of a
trust him.
lie.
Yeah, but that.
I'm just.
That's like a
That's
soul
why.
crusher.
That's just a lie.
That's the lie that
Not
ruined
even
Christmas.
that shit.
No.
We're getting at 27. Are you guys still friends?
Kind of.
Wait, how old were you?
I was 8.
Oh, well,
so that's a lot.
Yeah.
still fuck.
That's terrible.
Alright, Mariah, your turn.
When I was like, it actually wasn't that long ago. I kind of went off the prompt. I wasn't really a child.
I couldn't think of like a white lie that I've done as a kid because I like really didn't lie that much as a child. But definitely as I got older, I lied more.
I really wanted this cat. And I really wanted a cat in general, actually. And my mom's allergic to them. And so I was like, what if I just get a cat? And so I was at my friend's neighbor's barn for some reason. And then there were a bunch of barn cats in the barn. And so I tracked this cat down. I want this cat. So I was like in the barn for like an hour. And I finally caught this cat. And I brought it home in a Belvita box. And I told my mom that I found it on the side of the road, and it was like, its eye was like all gooped up, so it kind of like made sense, I guess. But I was like, yeah, I found it on the side of the highway. I pulled over, I got it, and she believed me.
Why were you on the highway?
Because I was going home from the neighbor's barn. Because she lives in, you guys, never mind. I forgot.
Neighbor, but you were on the highway.
Not my neighbor, my friend's neighbor.
Wait, didn't you lie saying you were on the highway? But
What kind of goop?
Yeah, it was a lie.
Yeah.
I Googled.
Sure.
I lied and told my mom that I found it on the side of the road.
What box
But
did you put
found
in?
it
A Belvita box.
Hmm.
But I don't know if I said granola bar because I didn't know how to spell Belvita, to be honest.
Velveeta.
Velveeta.
No,
isn't
no,
that
like
what
breakfast-
it is?
but like
The
breakfast
bar, not the
snacks.
cheese.
Oh, okay.
The like. It
Yeah, that's how I thought you
They're
meant by
kinda
like
like granola
the mac and
bars.
cheeses.
Yeah, dude,
No,
the cheese is
the
I was like,
Belvita
how you
snack.
didn't fit in that little...
That's what
No,
I'm
it was
saying,
like
you
a
know?
big family size too because we found it in our pantry. We also like rinsed him off in the sink too at our house.
Oh,
Was it
you
a
still
was it
had
a
goops?
cat or a kitten?
Yeah, his eyes like kept kitten. He was Jasper, but his eye like kept gooping up after, and we had to take him to the vet to get him fixed, and he had like an eye
Nate, your
infection.
story.
My white lie was when I was in elementary school, I lied that my dog Ruby bit my finger off, and I got sewed back on because I thought it would make me cool, and it did. But it was the only thing that I could like think of when I was a kid to like get attention was that I had my finger bitten off because I have a lot of scars, so kind of fit in.
What actually happened? Is there actually a scar there?
Yeah, I have a lot of scars on my finger. My rings are on them, but yeah, no, I had a dog Ruby. It was a little Rottweiler, cute as hell.
I was gonna ask what breed. What was his gender?
Huh? It was a guy,
Well, what was its name?
Ruby.
Valid.
How does it spell?
How else do you spell Ruby? Ruby.
Did it like
grade were you
bite it
in?
off at the
Huh?
base?
What grade were you
Elementary
in?
school,
Which grade?
Right, but what grade?
like 3rd grade. I
Like
think.
3rd grade, or you were in 3rd grade?
Bro, I said elementary school because I told it throughout elementary school.
So you said it multiple times?
Yeah, I told you. I told it throughout.
So how do you lose a finger more than once?
I
Oh,
told
it
the
got
same story, dumbass.
You sound like an
Oh
actual
my
idiot.
god.
Okay, when did you get Ruby?
Huh?
When did you get Ruby?
You
I
know my question.
mean, she passed away when I was like.
I'm sorry for your loss.
It's okay.
Say she.
Huh?
Say she. She passed away?
Yeah.
Bro! You actually just took the L.
Katie, your turn to tell the
Okay.
story.
Hold on, you said she? They said that was a he before.
Yes. Kind of lost it. I definitely could have lied my way out of that, but I kind of got busted and I was like, well.
When I was the school that I went to was like a really big hockey school. So like literally kindergarten through my senior year, every single year we went to the state tournament, and like we were like a dynasty, right? So like obviously the kids that play hockey were popular, and I didn't play hockey, and I wanted to be popular, and I wanted attention. So I told everyone that my cousin was Mr. Hockey when he was in high school, and then he played in the NHL. And then I thought it would make me popular, and it did for like 2 weeks, and then people got bored. So, yeah. If you're Mr. Hockey, you're like the best hockey player in the state of Minnesota for your like high school year.
Which school did you go to?
Hermantown.
Oh, you're from Duluth?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
What grades did you say they went to the state tournament for?
So kindergarten through my 12th grade year, they made it every year except for my 8th grade year.
Really?
Yeah.
Just wanted to mention she's a senior right now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
They went this year?
Yeah.
That's happening right now?
Yeah. Well, like girls is happening right now, and then boys is in like 3 weeks, but they're getting to state. So.
I thought boys hockey season was earlier.
No, state's like soon.
Really?
Yeah, state's
Yeah.
like
We
What
have
was boys and
it's
girls?
in March.
Attack.
Well, the girls' state
Oh,
tournament
okay.
is like right now,
Got it.
like today.
Do you know how to skate?
Yeah.
How good? Can you go backwards?
Yeah.
You can't go
Can you do like the spinning move where like you like put
Yeah.
your leg
Can
out
you
and
stop
stuff?
like
Do like a hockey stop? Yeah.
you didn't play hockey?
No. I mean, like if
I
you
can
live
do
in
that.
Minnesota, like you basically came out of the womb with skates on.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Elementary school. I would just like be going to the bathroom, not washing my hands, bro. I would tell no. I'd be like, teacher, come back. You wash your hands? Yeah, I washed those things. Never washed them. I can't believe I did that when I was a little kid. That was just the weirdest thing ever. They're totally gonna think that I'm lying about it. Probably for like, from kindergarten to like 3rd grade, I didn't wash my hands once.
When he didn't wash his hands. I'm sorry. He said that, and I straight up thought he was lying.
Why?
What? Yeah.
I just didn't want to.
Did
I
you
was
like?
actually just like walked
They
out of
didn't
that.
do that
bitch.
thing
So
where
you're
like,
grubby?
they would watch you wash your hands.
Mm,
It's like
Yeah.
a sticky
Would you
iPad
say you're a
kid.
stubborn person?
Yes.
Like, are you a stubborn kid?
Yes.
Did you get in a lot of trouble at school?
Sometimes.
What
Not
changed?
a lot. What changed when I started to wash my hands?
Yeah,
I
what
got reprimanded
For washing
How?
your hands?
for not washing my hands.
Oh.
And then I cracked under the pressure. I was like,
What did they do?
I was in the principal's office, bro. Because I never washed them once and they like found out.
How'd they catch you?
How'd they catch me? After lunch. I just walked straight out of the bathroom and some kid was like, you're not going to wash your hands? I was like, no. And I just kept going.
He got bullied into it. Did your
Did you get,
hands
did you get sick a
smell?
lot?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Germ theory.
He be eating.
Like, how often would you say? Like, within a month?
Once a month.
Once a month.
Like I'd miss probably like 3 days. a
Were your
month from
hands
missing.
like visibly dirty?
I would like wipe off my pants if they like got shit on them.
So your pants were dirty.
Okay.
Not always. I'm not a messy
Same
person.
Hands.
I'm not a messy person. I was a dirty person.
We're like a sticky iPad kid.
No.
Oh.
I guarantee under your fingernails.
No.
Shit was.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's gross.
Haley, your story.
When I was about 9 years old, I woke up before all of my other siblings on Christmas Day. I took like I'm not sure how many presents, but I took quite a lot of presents, and I went back to my room. I hid under my bed and locked my door, and I opened them all, and I actually only kept the ones that I thought were cool, and I rewrapped the other ones, and I put them back under the tree, and they were like really badly rewrapped. I don't really remember it because I was so young, and my mom just told me about it, so it was just recently on my mind. I thought it was a really funny story. And then one of them I opened was my sister's like Nintendo DS. It was like super old, and I hid it somewhere, and like no one ever found it until like long time ago, like right after it. But I actually blamed that whole situation on my dog, and no one believed me, but. That was funny. No one knows who did it though, because I have like 4 siblings. So yeah, I was a menace and little, I guess.
I thought I was evil with my
Bro,
Christmas.
that's
I know when he said
crazy.
his, I was like.
These are not white lies, bro. These
I
are
was
like
saying.
confessions.
They are.
What color was the DS?
It was great.
It was like the
little
normal.
one. Game Boy, is that what it's called?
You were 9, you said?
8 or 9ish, yeah.
And it was a Game Boy?
I think that's what it's called,
Sure
the little square one.
The square, did it
You
fold?
mean the DS?
Yeah, the fold one.
No.
You said DS or is it?
It was
Game Boy?
DS or it was a Game Boy?
Well,
She
they're
don't know the
same thing.
difference
No,
of
they're
them.
They are completely different.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
very
it's the
different.
square one that folds.
Change anything? My first story was a lie.
My first story was true.
My first story was false. Very false.
My first story was true.
My first story was true.
Oh, that was the true.
What was your biggest high school accomplishment and why was it important to you?
In junior year, we had a talent show for school, and it was for charity, and I was in a K-popper team, and we ended up winning 3rd place, and we actually donated a lot of money to charity, but it's just kind of, it's an accomplishment, but it's an embarrassment too. That's about all I have.
What K-pop band?
No.
That's a question, bro.
Question.
No, sir.
You gotta answer his question now.
Bro, you have to. That
I'll
is-
answer any other
you
question.
cannot not answer a question.
Like,
So does
Please
junior
tell me,
year?
bro.
Because it was with Biden in them, right?
yes.
Tell me, bro.
Was it a boy band or
Was it a boy band or girl band?
It was a boy band, but that's all I'm saying.
Tell me who, bro.
Was it
No.
3 letters?
Was
No,
it?
it was not.
Tell me who, bro.
No.
Do you listen
Was
to
it
K-pop?
ATs?
What? No,
Little
do you
bit.
listen to K-pop?
Sometimes.
He does.
Yes, bro. Okay. Who
Well, I
was it?
don't know, I'm good.
You cannot.
Just answer other. I'll answer other
What
questions.
was
Who's your
like?
bias?
Here, I'll,
I mean, if you're gonna sing a K-pop, well, like you do a little dance to it, you've gotta like the music, and you've gotta have a bias of the group. Whatever group it was, I was gonna try to decipher what group it was from her bias, but she wouldn't tell me.
I have a question. Was it against your will?
It was like half-half. Like I did it for my friends.
So who's your
but
bias of the group?
My bias of the group? What do you mean by that?
Oh, you don't listen to K-pop. Do you listen to K-pop or no?
I do, but not as much as like.
Well, you don't have like a
Other
favorite.
people.
All right,
member?
time, Ryan. You're
Ryan's presence was just like overwhelming her at the time because she doesn't seem like a person that would, I don't know, lie about that. I could definitely like see that with her.
I'm honestly glad that I didn't get asked other questions besides K. I know nothing about K-pop, in all honesty.
My biggest accomplishment in high school was for volleyball. I was named all conference, and I actually grinded, bro. That's like all I have to say. I had a big old thing written for it, but then I totally just blanked out. I don't know. I just be grinding all year, like playing hella, and then I got it, and I was like, fuck yeah.
I know your ass is not all conference.
Yes, I was,
I
bro.
know your ass is not all
Bro,
conference.
How? How do you know
Because I
that?
know the list.
Who is it? Who's probably like all conference then?
Bro, I didn't look at like everybody. I don't have it remembered.
So then how do you not know?
Because I knew you weren't on it.
It was me, Liam, and Jackson, bro.
From Prior Lake?
Prior Lake. Yeah,
Only 3 people from Prior Lake
yeah there
got all
was.
conference.
Look after this.
Me and Ryan were in the same conference for high school volleyball, so I didn't know him, but I kind of knew of him, and I was very familiar with the volleyball list, and when he said that he got all conference, I kind of questioned it because I remember looking at the all conference list. I don't remember seeing his name on it.
Oh my goodness.
Look, bro.
Oh
Don't
my
you play?
God.
Didn't you play volleyball for like an intramural thing?
Yeah.
Because my friend's team played you.
Are you in Ariel
Did
right
we
now?
win?
I think so,
Probably.
but barely.
Yeah.
And I'm
Do
so
you play, like,
sorry. It did
club?
not
Like,
look
do
very
you,
good.
go to, like the ROSP?
Yeah.
Like,
I
I
don't think
don't
he
know.
was all conference.
What?
I don't know. I can't believe it.
From what I saw
What?
at the intramural game.
You watched me?
Yeah, because
All
my
conference
friend's team was
Didn't
playing
they,
you.
Like,
We won.
Yeah,
they
but you-
won it.
All conference isn't
You
all about like
serious?
performance too.
Maybe
Isn't
I
it
got
about
mixed up with the
grades?
other tall
It's like
brunette
leadership
kid.
and.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's
It's
so
about like
good.
all of the stuff.
Were you
I'm
a
just
captain?
kidding.
What?
Were you a captain?
Oh,
Yeah.
no, Washington.
Okay.
No, you
I know.
weren't.
Yes, I was. Why are you making things up?
You're making things up.
I'm not.
Does he really know? I don't think he knows. But he didn't. He didn't know.
Because I was a captain.
So
I
was-
never saw you.
What do you mean you never saw me?
When
Where?
we did captains meetings at the games when we played each other.
There was 2 captains, bro. It was me and Liam. And Liam
Ryan,
always.
Ryan, do you set or do you spike?
I was like,
Do you
Not very
ever
good, though.
receive?
no. I did in high school though.
Okay.
I don't anymore.
Okay, time. Katie, your turn for your story.
I almost believed him at the end, but I did put down that he lied on that.
So when I was in middle school, I was like really bad at math. Like I almost failed one of my classes. Kind of embarrassing. And then the high school math league coach was like tutoring the kids that like had really bad math grades. And so she was like, "Hey, you should join the math league team." And then I did, and my grades got better. And then we went to state my sophomore year. So, yeah. I did a lot of activities in high school, but I did not do math league. I dropped calc my senior year because I hated it. I'm not good at math.
What kind of problems you be doing in the math leagues?
It was like stat stuff, geometry, and like a little bit of calc.
So you were not very good at math, but you were failing all of your classes?
Yeah, like as I did more math league, like I got better at it.
What was the time frame for that, by the way?
What do
Like
you mean?
from you starting. And,
So-
like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so like we had middle school like math masters, and so I joined that in 7th grade, and then once I was a freshman, I joined math league, and like by freshman year I was like starting to get better at math, and like my grades were like B's, A's, so by that point I kind of got the hang of it.
You said you went to state?
Yeah.
Where?
What do you mean where?
Like where was it hosted?
Like, where was it hosted?
Oh, that year it was like we were hybrid for school, so it was like the year after COVID, so it was online.
How so?
It
What
was.
do you mean?
What do you mean?
How so?
How was it online?
Was it on
It
Zoom?
was like no, it was on
Gypsy Meet?
no, what's it called?
Time.
Google Meet?
Discord.
Time.
Yes, it was. 'Cause they- I thought that it was a pretty believable lie because it's like not super uncommon to make it to state in that activity.
My biggest high school accomplishment was to do with speech activity I did in high school. And at the end of the season, at the end of the Minnesota season, I went to 2 national tournaments and I finaled both of them. So I was 3rd and 4th in the nation at the end of the speech season, which is really fucking hard to do. And I think that was my biggest accomplishment because like a goal for the beginning of the year for me was to like just get to nationals. So to get like third place and 4th place is really cool to me. So I also have trophies. I have big trophies and they sit in my room.
No, I know it. Do you ever go to Night Talk?
I did.
Okay.
I got 4th at Night Talk
Okay.
in duo.
Word.
And I got 3rd at NCFLs.
Okay.
So it's
word.
like speech like spelling words or like
No,
just, like,
it's-
pronouncing
It's like
words?
telling.
That's like spelling
It's like
bee.
telling a
Spelling
speech.
bee.
It's so
like
hard to
telling a
like
speech.
describe what
It's like-
speech is. There's a lot of categories, a lot of
Yeah.
different things. You basically just like do performances.
You just like riff off.
Or you just like
No, word.
congrats,
That was
bro.
a great truth.
Yeah.
All right.
I look forward to your next.
At that point, I was so like just fucked because I like messed up on my lie that I was like, yeah, he knows, it's true. I kind of gave up a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
It's like kind of like, it's hard to explain why it's important to me, but I think you guys will get it. So I was homecoming queen at my school, and then when I ran for homecoming court, I ran with my boyfriend at the time, and my boyfriend didn't get picked, but I did, and so I had to walk with a football player who actually like, wasn't even like in the running. It was because the kid that I had to walk with was in band, and so he had to play in the parade. It was Logan. I had to walk with this like prodigy football player at our school. I don't know if it's like not even good, so whatever.
It's
But
facts.
it is facts. But I walked with him. But my boyfriend had something like really against him, and I was really trying to make things like not awkward. But when I got picked for homecoming queen, or like to even be on the court in general, he did not want me to do it.
What position did he
Okay.
play, that prodigy?
What was he? No, he wasn't quarterback.
The quarter. He's quarterback.
He was quarterback?
What's his name?
Logan LaChance.
Oh, LaChance? I thought you were talking about the other one.
No, number 7.
I have never ever seen that before. Like hand sign 7 like this.
But
Were you?
actually, this is important though,
That's
so I do need to
crazy.
say this.
That was
My
crazy.
boyfriend ended up breaking up with me because of that after I got homecoming queen.
Damn.
How long have y'all been dating?
A year!
Wow, that's a truth.
He must have really not wanted to be with me, but
Priorities,
Unless she's
right?
got
Too
like
many details.
backup, bro, because she was finishing her sentences. I don't know.
I was on homecoming court, but I didn't get picked as homecoming queen. So like part of it's true, but like the second half of me like saying that like my boyfriend broke up with me at the time because he didn't get picked like wasn't true.
well, I actually don't know what
They're just like
position he
roommates.
Were you a
Yeah,
cheerleader
we're
in high school?
Yeah.
No, I was on the dance team. I'm on the dance team here too, but I didn't have the heart to correct you when you said good job at cheer.
Oh, my bad.
Okay, time. Noah, your story.
Probably my biggest accomplishment from high school was I got a lead role in a theater production, and I was pretty proud of that. It was the Houdini, the Last Illusion, and I was Martin Beck, which was Houdini's like main man. So I spoke in like paragraphs, and yeah, dude, that was hype. People knew me making like a lead role in a theater production, and I thought that was pretty believable, but still could walk the line of being fake.
So was there like stunts done in the performance?
Yeah,
was
like,
it like
tricks,
really stunt based? Yeah.
Yeah, there was 3.
Was Houdini in the play like he knew what he was doing? He knew his shit.
You mean like the actor? Yeah.
Like he knew what he was doing in these stunts.
Yeah.
When did this production occur?
It was January like 8th of 2020.
Really?
Yeah. So like right before COVID.
That one was very false.
My second story was false.
My second story was false.
My second story was true.
My second story was false.
Second story was a true story.
What is a recent experience you had that people don't believe happened to you?
I like to go cave exploring, so I went to an abandoned cave in Minneapolis. People could have seen as fake if they don't see me as a very adventurous person.
Like
Okay,
what's
so
called?
Why would people not believe you?
I don't know.
Oh, I know. What's the cave
It's-
called?
The cave is called.
Yeah. Mm,
I think it's. Trying to remember now. It was
Alright.
last year.
really?
Yeah.
And you love exploring caves so much,
I
but
do.
you only went to one?
No, I went to multiple. But
Really?
I'm
But you
talking about
said
one. Talking about this one.
Really?
Alright, I went to Candyman. If you know that one, in Minneapolis.
Not a big caver.
It's not an urban
Not really
explorer.
built for it.
Nah,
Urbex is cool, I just don't cave.
I hit his head. Sorry, that was mean.
What's up?
What did you just
You
say?
hate my head?
No, nothing.
Oh, I thought she said I hate his head. I would hit my head.
So you're lying?
Am I lying?
It's
Yeah.
out of pocket.
Okay.
Not even the right today.
I guess I'm lying then.
Yeah. Dude, fine, mine, dude. Yeah.
Fine. I guess
Okay,
I'm
Mariah, your story.
I don't really know that much about caves. And also, he just seemed like he didn't want to be specific about anything he asked him.
Like a couple months ago in like December, so I guess not like a couple months ago. Yeah. I got a DM from this dude on Instagram and I didn't open it till like 3 days later, and it was this dude, and he doesn't have a profile picture or nothing. He sent me a bunch of pictures of me when I was a baby. And I was like, the hell? And he was like, I have reason to believe that I'm your dad. I was dating your mom in like Elsinore, California, where you were born, blah, blah, blah. But I already have a dad. Like the same dad I share with my siblings, like whatever.
I don't hear a lot of stories about that, so I was like, I feel like a lot of people would not believe me if I said that, and like people I have told have been like, kind of, I don't know, skeptical about it.
So I ended up having to call my mom, and she was like, starts crying. She admits it. She's like, yeah, like the guy you thought is your dad is not your dad. He's just your sibling's dad. And so I have like 5 half siblings in California, a dad that I've never met. I had to take a paternity test with him. 99.99% he's my dad. And people don't believe me when I say it, because like, I feel like that shit only really happens in movies, but.
I'd like to see the DM after this.
Gotcha.
Roll.
I'm going
Oh,
over spring
shit.
break to
All
go
right,
meet
out of
him.
time. Nate, your story.
The new father or old father, I don't know how you'd call it, but yeah, because like that one's way too far fetched. But like at the same time, someone would definitely need to be able to like have the balls to be like, oh, this is actually true.
My story was it's technically another speech story, but it was at a speech trip. We were at a speech tournament in Washington D.C. It was NCFL's, and I accidentally, it was after the tournament, so it was the day we just had like a free day and we were running around like the museums and shit, and I accidentally swum in the World War II memorial. Yeah, I accidentally, because I didn't know it was, because I saw like kids splashing around and I was like, oh, I'm gonna like fully submerge myself. So not my proudest moment, but it is definitely a true moment. And then we didn't get kicked out, but the police officer was like,
They didn't shoot you?
"You got no." The police officer did not have like the means to shoot me. He was like, "You gotta like get out of the pool." And I was like, "All right."
Did
fine."
you like see any other adults in the pool and
No.
think that like maybe I should do this?
Nope.
I'll show
It was
them.
hot as hell. It was hot as hell in DC. It was like mid-June.
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah, so-
Okay, Katie, your story.
So I was in DC also in mid-June last summer, and I was there on behalf of the YMCA, and so I was like advocating for legislation that they wanted to get passed. And so I met with Cory Booker's office, and so I was like talking with one of his staffers, and then he walked in and wanted me to tell him a joke, and then I told him it, and he said that that was the worst joke he'd ever heard, and yeah, that's it.
Tell the joke.
What do you call a baby potato?
What?
A tater tot. That's all I could come up with, like, on the spot.
I don't even know who that
I'm
is.
so
not
sorry
gonna
that you
lie.
had to say that to somebody.
He's a senator from Delaware.
Mm.
Or New Jersey. Somewhere over there. Yeah.
Okay, Ryan, your story.
Okay, this summer, me and my brother were up north in Cross Lake, and we were golfing, and it was like hole number 15, and there were these super like old people behind us, like old, like could barely move, and me and my brother, they kept hitting like into us every hole, and it was really funny. And me and my brother were like, I messed with him. I was like, oh, like pretend you get hit by one of the balls and like freak out on it. It'd be really funny. And then he actually did get hit by one in like the back of the shin, like super super hard. And it was actually the funniest thing ever. Like he was like wailing in pain. He couldn't play the rest of the day because he was being a little bitch the whole day to me. He was like messing with me. He was like playing shit on his phone whenever I would try to hit, and he would like be kicking my balls and stuff. No, like kicking my golf balls back
Did you like
so
that?
I would be farther. Yes.
Okay.
No.
Isn't the back of your shin, like,
Yeah.
all muscle?
No, I meant no, like the back.
Like,
Of the
your,
shin?
so, like,
Yeah, like your calf.
your calf?
Well, when you get hit by a golf ball, though, it's still gonna hurt.
Oh, okay.
Haley's turn.
It's like a
Skin wound. Straight to the back of his skin. That's all there is to it.
Okay, so to keep it pretty simple, at the end of summer, my family was like going through a lot, and our landlord did not like that my family wasn't paying the bills for the house for a while, and he evicted us. And that was it. Last summer, we just had a lot going on in our family. A lot of it was like with COVID too, so it was just kind of ongoing. But it was just like a quick story that I could end it with of something that happened.
Where'd you go?
We went to my grandma's for a little bit, but then I came here for college
Where's your grandma live?
in Blaine,
How old is she?
Mine too.
like 60 something.
Like 60 what?
I don't know.
She have any pets?
What's your grandma's
She
name?
hates pets actually.
Oh, really?
What'd you say?
What does she do in her free time?
What's your social security number?
Yeah. What's your credit card number?
Her credit card number?
Yeah.
I'll let you know when I know.
Great.
So you don't know that?
Her credit card number?
Do you even have a grandma?
I didn't want to be the one to say.
Third story was true.
My 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 third story was a true story.
That one was true.
And, like, if
Yeah.
you don't want to get, like, absolutely destroyed, you're not going
Okay.
to Valley, so.
Don't worry about it.
Damn, dude.
Tied for last place
Don't worry about
with
it.
3 points.
Oh.
Nate and Haley.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And yes. And then tied in second place with 8 points each. There's Mariah, Ryan,
Don't do that.
and the winner of Two Truths and a Lie, first ever show, is Katie. Thank you so
Damn,
much,
nice
Katie.
job.
You're-
Did you think you were gonna win today?
No. I just came to, like, have fun. I didn't really come expecting I was going to win.
Did you have fun?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I got to meet people that I've never met before and share a lot of laughs with them, so it was pretty cool.
What's up, guys? I'm gonna be the next Led Zeppelin. See my album out, 2024.
Some people were interrogating. I was kind of scared. I was like, don't ask me questions like that because I will fumble.
I am way better at lying in real life. This was a lapse in judgment. I don't know what happened.
It was a lot more interesting than I thought it would have been.